welcome to OpenRocket tutorial number 10. This is going to be another way of performing scaling uh, with OpenRocket. Uh, there is a scaling function inside of OpenRocket which you can use, which was pointed out to me after I made my three-part tutorial, which basically I did everything manually. Uh, However, it's got some issues too, which I'll point out, and you can decide which way you want to do, or some combination of both. Okay, so the first thing that's going to happen is OpenRocket will not scale the motor that you put in here. So if you have a motor in it like this one does, you need to remove it because it will cause issues later depending on what you scale it to. So we're going to go into the motor and configuration, select it, and we're going to say move the motor and go back here, and you'll see it's gone. All right. Now we got the the model clean with no engine. Here we're going to do the scaling. Okay. We'll go up here to Edit, Scale, and you'll see here that it will scale the whole model. Okay. If you did part one of my original one, you could just type in the 53 here and be done. But if you'll notice here, this is body tubes. It's a 2.5, and what do we want to go to? Well, what we want to go to is 1.346, which is a BT55. Like I say, you could do the 53%, or you could do it this way. It doesn't matter. And we're going to do scale. Okay, now it did scale up because the length completely changed, but let's take a look at one just to see what it did. We select this body tube and we edit it, and yes, it did change the body tube to the correct size. Alright, so you'll notice here that the fins and everything are correct, everything's sized. Now the problem is here, none of these are actual parts in the database. So you're going to have to figure out all of that stuff yourself because it's not right. The numbers have been changed, but none of the parts. So for one thing here is the original model had 3 sections of 15.5. While BT55 comes in 18 inches, you don't need 3 sections. 2 sections would have done it. So we're going to select this one, and we're going to edit it, and we're going to make the body tube length on this one. See, it only made it 8.5. We'll make that 18, and then we're going to take this one out, close. We'll take that one completely out, and we got this. All right, so this is 18. Let's see how long this one is. Okay, airframe, top, edit. Actually, this is not right either. I think it was like, we're going to say it was 6.5. It was a little less than that as I recall, but we're going to just say 6.5 here just to make our life easier. All right, so now we got those. You can see here, it took all the parts and scaled it, whether it made sense or not. So we went from 3 to 2. This nose cone, it just resized the nose cone. Actually, it didn't even do that. It did a transition. That was funny. All right, so this is going to be wrong. We're going to have to we'll take that out and add a nose cone. And where the heck's the nose cone? Okay, it didn't do it. Okay. And we just said that was a PNC 55. Where'd it go? Yes, it's PNC 55 AC. We know that's a known nose cone. So that worked. Okay. I don't know what that one was. We're going to delete it. Okay. Oh, it rounded the tip. That's what that was. It's a common way for people to handle um, uh, nose cones, custom made nose cones for a rounded tip. Is they'll make a tiny nose cone with a rounded tip and then transition. That's another tutorial altogether. But because you really want to use a nose cone that already exists or can be easily made, so we just did that. Um, all right. So there's part of it is you're going to have to find a nose cone. You're going to have to make sure the body, the airframe is reasonable. It did do the fins correctly, which is 90% of the battle here. Now, this stuff here, it's up to you. But basically, this, let's see if I can get it to click on, this inner tube, let's see if I can get a hold of it. No, that's not it. Ah, there it is. Uh, it, yeah. Let's see. Outer diameter. That's not right either. Okay, this isn't right either. This has got to be a BT55, a BT20. So we're going to take that. And you see here, it has up here what it was. We're going to have to change it to, basically, you're going to find out that you're going to have to change all the engine mounts are never going to go correct, which is what I found. You're just going to have to settle for an engine mount that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to change this to, what's it I'd say? I think I did like 4 inches. No, let's do 6 inches. At least 6 inches. Okay. Okay, and then you got the rest of this stuff here. And you see here. Okay. And this ring is going to be wrong. And this ring. So the entire engine mount is going to have to be changed to guarantee. All right. So what you advise you is that the fin data is done correctly. My advice is don't even do what I did here. Just delete all the engine mount and do it correctly with your, select the parts correctly. So the most tedious part of all this downscaling was the fins, which this method takes into account. So it's up to you on how you want to do it. I personally would probably do it this way just to get the fin data right. But then I'd go back and change the tubes to the real thing and change the nose cone and change the engine mount. But just to save having to do this tedious fin data might be worth the effort. At any rate, since this was brought up in our group, I thought I'd bring this one up too. So, as usual, if you have any comments or if there's any other tutorials you'd like to see, put it on the end. You comment this tutorial and let me know what you want, and I'll try to accomplish it. If there are better ways, I'm open to it. I'm not the guru of this. There are several people in this Open Rocket forum that have done this for years, and I pull off of them. So, any rate, I hope this was a benefit to somebody. Catch you later.